Welcome to my channel. This space is all about finding joy in the journey of both teaching and learning for both you and your students. We're going to bring back play, passion, and purpose really to our lives. And this vlog today is kind of building on yesterday's. Yesterday's I shared with you I'm starting a new presentation, one that's not about gamification, and I'm really excited to share with Summer Spark and hopefully some other places. This one's titled Intentionally Driven. It's all about sort of goal setting and unleashing sort of the power that's within inside all of us. We're still in our infancy stage here of building it out. Yesterday's vlog talked about some of the techniques to sort of get started. Now that we're rolling on this, what are some next step tips that I have for creating a presentation? Well, one I should have probably started with, number one, would be the software that you use. So for me, I always use Keynote in my presentations. I just think the software is one of the best designed presentation softwares, giving the creator sort of the most creative freedom between its animation tools that it allows you to sort of custom make animations with inside your presentation, which I use a lot of times on my titles. And then on top of that, it gives, again, the creator a lot of graphical tools. So I don't know how much you guys work with Instant Alpha, but that is a really powerful tool that allows you to find images on Google, for example, and let's say it had a lot of white around the graphic. You wanted a basketball, and it's got white all around this basketball. Instant Alpha would allow you to sort of take away all the white and just be left with this nice basketball for your graphics. So if your presentation didn't have a white background, which again, yesterday I talked about all sort of custom builds, and you don't want sort of the default, that's really helpful because now you can have that just solid, bright basketball if that's what you needed for my example. So it's got like creator tools like that. It's got some other graphical tools. I just absolutely love it. And I mean, truth be told, that's what I'm really familiar with. So I mean, maybe you could tell me that PowerPoint, maybe I'm gonna get slammed in the comments below, that these other tools have it as well. But I know Keynote, and I have built out several successful presentations, and I hope that you do too. So if you have a Mac, check out Keynote. Tip number 2, make sure that you have the right settings for your slides. So again, thinking about Keynote, the default setting is for the screen behind me to have a 4:3, but that is like old projectors. We want 16:9. That's gonna take advantage of the full real estate of your screen behind me, right? So think about always switching that to the kind of the wide angle so that you're using all of that space. You can really build out just nicer, cleaner looking slides. Tip number 3. Tip 3 is really a simple one, but it's just one that I think a lot of people overlook. And this is sort of when to build in sort of your credibility. And I've tried this both ways. I mean, by no means am I an expert, but some people have the title slide and then instantly go into the introduction slide, sort of says, hey, I'm MrMatera, and this is what blah, 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 this is about me. I have done it that way. But I have found greater success if you sort of delay that a little bit. First, build in a reason for them to be there. Like make sure, put their mind at ease about what you're gonna talk about, and then sort of, a click or two later, share out sort of what experience you have in this topic. And tip number 4 is probably the technique I use the most in my presentations, and this is to build out an inordinate amount of slides. So for a 60-minute presentation, I will have over 100 slides, easy. But what you need to remember, if you're first off like, whoa, if you're blown away by that, don't be, because it's actually easier for you to, well, it's not easier for you to create, but it's easier for you to actually go through. Because here's my idea. If you have 100 slides, things are always changing for the people watching. So it's interesting when we think about the cuts that are on TV channels, commercials, that the camera's constantly switching angles. We're used to that. So if we have a static image behind us like I do now, you've sort of taken that image in, you're no longer paying attention to that image. And I'd be best served moving to that next image. So it's good for the audience. It keeps them engaged by changing it up. 2, and kind of like what I like about building out like lots of slides for a presentation is I no longer have to memorize 5 minutes worth of stuff or 6 minutes worth of stuff for this one slide. I can just say like, what was the one sentence I wanted to say about this slide? And then click to the next. And so it feels more natural, I think, on a presentation when you have multiple slides or many slides, so that you can kind of just move through, and I don't necessarily have to have my whole thing scripted out to the word, because I just know what the meaning I'm trying to convey on this slide, and all I have to do is convey that meaning and then move on to the next and just remember what was the meaning I was trying to convey on this slide. So again, if you're sort of focusing on the meaning and have many slides to sort of change, it's a really nice tip. Number 5 has to be, make sure your presentation is all encompassed inside the package of the presentation. What I mean by that is sometimes people have like videos that they're streaming from YouTube and those kind of things. You never know if the internet's gonna work at a conference. I've been at so many conferences where it works, or sometimes it doesn't work, or it's super slow and then your videos don't load and people are kind of like, ah. And if you have to do, like if you want to show somebody a website, if you're doing a presentation on, 60 apps in 60 minutes, instead of clicking a link and showing them Kahoot's webpage, do your own screencast ahead of time where you show, yourself going up and down the Kahoot screen, or you show some answers clicking, whatever, but do your own screencast and then just put that screencast into your presentation. That way, no matter if there's internet or not, you are able to show all your tools, all your videos. It's gonna make you feel a lot better on that day. You don't even have to worry about the internet. It's all included in your presentation. So that's a huge one. That ends the tips that I have for you today about building out a presentation. I'm gonna be using many of these same tips today on day 2 of building out this presentation. Again, it's gonna be a slow moving process. I am not going to be done by any means today. So I'm gonna be working on this for probably over a week, tweaking, adding, letting these ideas marinate. So I hope you guys are enjoying this sort of step-by-step walkthrough of building out a presentation. I hope you find them helpful. If you do, I would love to hear from you down below. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't been a subscriber yet. Just realize it is the best cost ever. If you're a subscriber of this channel, it's totally free, and you can get all of the episodes for free. Just hit that subscribe button. If you really want to be like a power user, you could hit that bell. Ding! If you hit that bell, you'll get notified every time I put a new video up. It'll just be a nice little pop-up notification for you, and you'll be able to check out all the latest content. And as always, I love interacting with you guys, so post a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your tips and tricks. Help me build out this presentation. Whatever you want to do, it'd be great. It is always a pleasure hearing from you guys. That's all I got for you today. Take care.